Many people have been speculating about the reason why Itoshi Sae moved on from his dream of becoming the world's best striker. Let's start with debunking the theories that are probably not true in my eyes. The idea that Sae was decisively defeated by a real striker, particularly Kaiser, doesn't really sit well with me. Given that both are NGXI players, one would expect them to be relatively close in skill level. If Kaiser managed to crush Sae, it would suggest a significant gap in their abilities, implying that either Sae is considerably weaker than expected, or Kaiser is at a master striker level. Regarding the scenario where someone like Leonardo Luna might have crushed Sae's ego, while this is a plausible theory, there is a lack of strong evidence to support it. It's worth noting that if Luna were the one responsible for shattering Sae's confidence, one might expect him to be portrayed in a more antagonistic light towards Rin in the narrative. Admittedly, this line of reasoning is less robust, but it remains a consideration in evaluating the likelihood of the events in question. The claim that Sae got crushed while playing in the big leagues appears pretty unlikely to me as well, given that he continues to make headlines and demonstrate exceptional performance in Spain. The fact that he is still in the spotlight suggests that he is not overwhelmed by the competition in his current league. Although specific details about his performance are lacking, the general idea is that Sae is thriving in his current environment, casting doubt on the notion that he was previously crushed while playing in more prominent leagues. Expanding on the previous points, the mere fact that we are aware he's a NGXI player provides sufficient evidence to counter the notion that the aforementioned reasons hold true. Sae undeniably maintains a strong competitive spirit and possesses the drive to emerge victorious, indicating that his ego is anything but weak. His ambition to excel and become the best further refutes the claim that his ego lacks strength. What shattered Sae's ego wasn't an external force like another player, a formidable defender, or a goalkeeper he couldn't surpass. Instead, it was a self-realization, the acknowledgement that he lacked the innate qualities necessary to become the world's best striker. This realization aligns with a fundamental concept introduced at the beginning of the manga, the notion that generational strikers cannot be created. They must be born with a certain instinct. The manga consistently emphasizes that these exceptional strikers possess an innate quality that sets them apart from others. In Sae's case, it seems he confronted the harsh reality that he might not inherently possess the qualities required to reach the pinnacle of the world as a forward. I'll use this moment to quickly ask you guys that if you are liking my content so far and wish to support me, subscribe to the channel. Now back to the video. A good example of this is when Itoshi Sae tells Rin that the world is a big place and that there are people that are even more awesome than him, which is why he has revised his dream. Now here we can see striker who possess those innate qualities. A good example of this is Bachira Meguru, as he has a monster that guides how he moves around the field. Isagi, on the other hand, has realized later on that he has exceptional spatial awareness. He told Kunigami that it seemed like if he passed the ball to Rachi, he'd still have Baru up in his face. And that more importantly, he smelled a goal more from his middle shot than from Raichi. To emphasize, it's evident that Sae's ego persists, as evidenced by its manifestation in what is termed beautiful destruction, and his unrelenting drive to attain the title of the best in the world. During his time in Madrid, Sae came to the realization that he lacked a fundamental aspect integral to what defines strikers at the highest level. This acknowledgement, rather than diminishing his ego, seems to have redirected it towards a new understanding of his limitations, and has gained the determination to overcome them. Rin's instinct as a striker has probably made him score reflexively in the flashback we've seen at the U20 match. And Itoshi Sae was very supportive since the beginning, telling him that he can be the most amazing player after him. This moment was probably the first time Sae got any idea about Rin having any form of football ability, given the panel was focusing on him. Itoshi Sae has asked Rin about what he thinks about when he's playing football. He could just give a clear answer, which is simply to score goals. He just runs to the bad area and then he passes it to him. So Itoshi Sae asks him what that bad area exactly is. Rin tells him that it's the area where the enemy panics and can be broken. From this conversation, we can clearly deduce that Itoshi Sae is unfamiliar with the concept, while it's something that just comes for Rin. However, Sae realizes that this striker instinct is something that Rin has in that same conversation. Because of all of this, he had told Itoshi Rin that he is dropping the idea of becoming the world's best striker, but he's going to focus on becoming the world's best midfielder instead. Itoshi Rin didn't understand it, as Itoshi Sae tells him that that is what someone ignorant would say. He has fully realized what he lacked overseas. Itoshi Rin didn't understand it though, as he wanted them to keep fighting together, and that he had clearly told him to become as awesome as him. So Itoshi Sae tells him that that's exactly why he'll become the world's best midfielder while he can become the world's best striker. He clearly thinks that Rin has what it takes to become the world's best. If you want to get closer to me, consider joining my private Discord community. But if not, watch this video next, egoists. I'm out. Peace.